Hey guys, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program with Nitro. Well, I finally have a ship that I'm ready to use for our first mission to the moon. So we can get all those science missions and everything done. And here it is right here. And it's kind of long on the bottom, but that's okay. It's got enough boosters to get us up into space and get us to the moon so we can conduct all of that important science missions and get the maximum amount out of one journey. I do have 4 goo canisters here, so we'll be taking 4 different samples on our way. And then after we do all the missions around the moon, then we can finally do some lunar landings and get the science data off of that. So here we go. Alright, that looks good. Alright, so I actually want to see what the materials bay and goo does at this point in between the moon and Kerbin. Alright, so we have a high radiation environment. Goo feels right at home here. Alright. Alright, now we can conduct science. Goo is less dense, high over the moon. Interesting. Alright, let's see, let's get a crew report and transmit that data. Alright. Now that we have that data, let's go ahead and get a closer orbit around the moon here. Perfect. Alright. Now we can start doing multiple EVAs in space. I can see if there's a crater right here. And I don't know if there's any other craters on the dark side of the moon right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and do a EVA. Actually, yeah. Do an EVA on the dark side. Moon to highlands, okay. So we have highland data. Now let's go ahead and get our data over at this crater. Also do the report of our materials bay and the mystery goo over there as well. And then I'm going to do subtle inclination change to get this crater and then that crater. And we also have to get this one on the back side too. Can't forget about that one. Alright, so let's go ahead and observe our material bay. Okay, high radiation environment, that's fine. Let's get a crew report and transmit the data. Okay, that's done. Now let's observe our mystery goo. Again, the goo is less dense even though it's near the moon. That's okay. Let's do an EVA real quick. And you can see here I got the far side crater, and that's worth lots of data. Alright. Alright, so that was this crater right here, and now we need to make sure that we get this other crater over on this side, so I definitely want to do a little bit of an inclination change, and that's also going to help us get something else, hopefully. Let's see, we're already oriented towards it, so that's good. And 20, that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can get a new crew report. No, seems about the same. We'll go ahead and transmit that data anyway. Go EVA again. Now we got the east far side crater. So that one's done. Alright, now we need, let's see, need this crater over here. See, we get the east crater. That one. Alright. Let's see now. If I can adjust our inclination further. Get that lower one. Like that. Southwest crater. So now we got that one. Let's see. So now we got the moon's midlands and the moon's highlands. I don't know if there's really specifically lowlands. And we have all that data. Yeah, it's a bit much. Alright. So now what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm just gonna grow the orbit out a little bit here. To 140,000 on either side, and then we can time warp faster. Alright, so now that one crater is right over our orbital path, so now bring that in closer. Well, actually, we don't even need that maneuver. So let's see. Can't really see the darn crater. It's right here. So we should be right over it right now. Yep, northwest crater. Got it. Awesome. So now all we need now is the polar crater, as far as I know. Alright, so now we need this northernmost crater up here. So, actually... Alright, there we go. I think, actually, that might be better. Alright, that's for sure. So, 550 meters per second, that's still good, within our limits. Alright. Let's see. Which way are we going? Going down. Alright. So that means if I plan another maneuver over here, tilt it just a little bit, and that'll be perfect for the polar crater. I can even get it a little closer if we need to. Like that. Perfect. And there we go. Now over the polar crater, and I believe this is the last one as far as our science mission is concerned. Still have plenty of fuel, although I'm not going to even attempt a landing. That'll be in the next mission. And there you have it, polar crater. Keep data. And now we can return back to Kerbin. When I say plenty of fuel, I mean we still have a full tank right here, so we're fine. Alright, back to Kerbin. We have all of our science data from our orbital mission of the moon. The next mission is just going to be a straight lunar orbit and then landing, preferably inside of a crater, and then we'll try some different experiments on the highlands and the midlands. So whichever crater seems to be facing us at the time is probably going to be the best option. Actually, just want to see what happens if I get an escape trajectory like this. It's not too bad. Inclination's all kinds of crazy, but that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and do this one right here. This will be perfect for our purposes. We just want to get back to Kerbin. There we go. Goodbye, Moon. We will return. Alright. So now we have Kerbin in our sights. And let's see. I'll probably, well, it might pull up us into Asia by the time we get there. Let's go ahead and burn it now. See what it gives us. It actually allows us a little wiggle room once we get closer. So we'll see what happens with this. Whoa! Too fast. Alright. Alright, so I'm just going to use the atmosphere to help slow us down as we get near Kerbin. Yeah, that wouldn't put us on land anyways. I want to land over here. Can actually try burning outward. Oh, out of fuel. Alright, let's see what happens here. We shouldn't slow down too much, but something like that would put us on the other side of the planet. Yeah, we'll just wait. Alright, this actually doesn't look half bad. Moon encounter again. Looks like we might actually land on land out here. If I can get it to slow down enough. have deployed parachute. I can kind of see the ground down there. So the good news is we are landing on solid Earth and not in the water. So that is perfect. And there we go. We are back. All right. Well, there you have it. We have a successful first moon mission. Did all the orbital stuff that we could. And now on the next mission we can actually do lunar landings. So not too bad. The Space Center is actually right down here, and we landed just northeast of it. So not too bad. Alright, so there's Jebediah's information. We got him, and now we can recover our Apollo 1. Wow, look at that. 371 science from that moon mission. Incredible. So there you go, just on an orbital mission we got a lot of science, just from that and that alone. Alright, I definitely want big rockets, and I want huge decouplers for those big rockets. And what else can we get? I guess we can get temperature readings, that'll give us more science. Why not? We got a barometer too. So that's 160 though, can't do that. Fuel systems is useful, but we don't really need RCS gas or anything like that yet. I don't really want to make space planes either, so I'm just going to go ahead and get electricity. Alright, so that furthers unlocks solar panels, stuff like that. And then we have all of our tiny landing engines and things like that, so that's really useful stuff right there too. Alright, good stuff. I might do some aerodynamic stuff. I know how to build space planes, but I definitely want to get fuel systems next, and then probably advanced flight control, and then we can get our landing gear, and then that, or something like that. And then we can put a small space station up into space too, so that might be the next thing, but we'll see. So I'm going to end the episode here and pick up next time. I'm going to build a new rocket for our landing missions on the moon, because I do want to land in multiple locations and conduct multiple experiments so I can get the most science value out of the moon landing missions. Again, this is my lunar orbital craft. It can land on the moon. Actually, I landed this one successfully on the moon, but not much to it. Just mainly used all the fuel from these outermost tanks, and then I saved the central tank for any emergency burns or anything like that that I need to use it for. Yeah, that worked out pretty good. Plenty of power. I did have a small antenna on the back that you probably didn't see all that well. That was what was transmitting our data. this triple stack booster is what got us most of the way through orbit, and then I had these smaller outer ones with the exact same rockets to achieve orbit and get us started on our journey towards the moon. But now we have huge fuel tanks, so that won't be a problem. I don't have to use these tiny fuel silos anymore. I can actually use bigger rockets, which I desperately wanted. And now I have mass decouplers and all kinds of good stuff. So next mission we'll be able to do a lot more science research, and I'll actually have lights so I can light up my landing zones and a small solar panel so we can recharge our batteries that we have now. So good stuff. Oh, I also have to do temperature readings on all throughout Kerbin and in space and around the moon, and that'll give us a lot more science value right there too, so good stuff. But I'll see you guys in the next episode, and see you later.